I am here. 3 words that I wanted to say for such a long time but never had the chance to. Well, until now. Welcome back, guys. I am finally here. Severus the Gratis. Returned. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain why I even left in the first place. You all know that, exams and I. Come on, I seriously just post like every day. Maybe like even every hour. Well, regardless of that, beside my problems, this is What If Deku Was a Villain. I wanted to start, a new episode of that series because why not? And also, I only have one exam left, but I had a bit of free time, so hey, why not give you guys a video? After all, I've been how long have I been away? Who cares? Anyway, let's start this video already, shall we? As right now, Midoriya, Furupi, and Merida are all in the water, listening to the screams of Aizawa as his bones shatters and blood splashed on the ground. The gnome was mercilessly destroying his body. Merida and Furupi are absolutely terrified, while Midoriya having a mixed feelings. He's terrified, but at the same time a bit amazed. Quite fascinated on how these villains are dealing with the hero, Eraserhead. As in that very moment, with Midoriya being spaced out, Shigaraki dashes forward trying to grab Furupi's face, but when he tried it, he touched her face, but from behind Aizawa with the last bit of power that he has, looked at Shigaraki, erasing his quirk immediately, with Shigaraki saying, "You really are so cool, Eraserhead." Immediately in that moment, Midoriya just screams at him saying, "Get your hand off of her!" As immediately he throws a full-powered punch into Shigaraki that destroyed the area around of him. The glass of the ceiling of the USJ destroyed and collapsed, and the air pressure pushing Furupi and Merida away from his side. But when he looked, he see that his punch have hit something. But that thing is not Shigaraki. It's the Nomu, as he see that the Nomu is completely unfazed by it. And Shigaraki said, "Nice trick, but I will not gonna fall easily for that." As immediately, in that moment, with his other hand, Izuku pulled out his sword that he got from Momo Yaruzu, and immediately tried to chop the Nomu's head off, which he was successful at it. Shigaraki jumps back and calls back on the Nomu too, as Izuku jumping out of the water by Mineta's and Furupi's side. Izuku seeing that the Nomu head starts regenerating, but he's quite shocked by that, as Shigaraki said, "What, surprised? It's the Nomu, or you can know him as the bioengineered anti-symbol of peace. It has regeneration. A neat trick, wouldn't you say?" As Izuku looking at this, gulping his throat. In that moment when Shigaraki looked at Midoriya, suddenly he realized something, as he said, "Wait a minute. Where did I see you?" And when Midoriya realized that Shigaraki remembers him, he immediately decided to get Furupi and Merida out of here, so he said, "Quick, Furupi, Merida, take Aizawa out of here." As Merida said, "But what about," as Izuku said, "Come on, I'll buy you some time." As Furupi said, "But you're gonna," as Izuku said, I'm your goddamn class president, so you listen to me. Get Mr. Aizawa out of here, quick." As immediately they start pulling him out of there, which Shigaraki allowed because he wanted a moment to talk with Midoriya, in private. As when Midoriya gulps his throat again, still grabbing into the sword, but finally realizing that his arm didn't break from that punch into the Nomu, but his thought being immediately dismissed because Shigaraki speaks up saying, "I remember you. You were that one green-haired kid that I saw in that server room, right? You saw me, didn't you? Taking the infos of this little USJ trip. So, I wonder, why did you tell them? Doesn't seem that this was a trap for us villains. You can't imagine how much the trouble that I've gone through to prepare this whole thing, and the many friends I brought with me. I was really angry thinking that you might ruin my whole plan, but I was surprised. There is no trap for us, and you actually guys came here. The plan worked. But now I just can't shake this feeling of something being wrong. Tell me, why didn't you tell them? Why didn't you, tell your school, warning them about that someone was playing in their servers, taking their infos? Although I couldn't take their quirk infos of the students, thanks to you. Now tell me, before I kill you. As Izuku gulping his throat, saying in his mind, so he really is that guy. Shit, what can I do? Good thing I got for being admitted out of here. If they heard this, who knows what would have happened to me? As Shigaraki said, what's wrong? Frozen in fear, or did the cat bite your tongue? Speak, goddammit. I wanna know, why did you warn your school? Is there something that you want from me? Or there's something that I don't know about? Come on, you're starting annoying, as Izuku said. So, you're Shigaraki, right? As Shigaraki said, I'm the one asking questions here, boy. Forget it. You're an annoying brat. Nomu, break a couple limbs for him. Maybe that will make him talk. As immediately the Nomu dashes forward into Midoriya, but when Izuku seeing the Nomu going right at him, Izuku throw another punch. As when he throw the punch, it's the same power as before. And when it lands, the Nomu needed to protect Shigaraki from that punch. But Izuku looked into his arm, he's seeing it's still fine, which surprised him. His arm is actually fine. After which, Shigaraki said, forget it. Nomu, kill him. As when the Nomu was about to attack Midoriya, suddenly the door bust open, and everyone sees the #1 hero, All Might, entering the USJ, without a smile on his face to be seen. As Midoriya is seeing this, immediately, he has quite the mixed feeling. On one hand, he's happy, on the other, not so much. Regardless, All Might immediately jumps down trying to attack the Nomu, after chopping down some villains and knocking them out. Standing in front of Midoriya saying, young Midoriya, step back. I'll handle this from here. You done well. As Izuku said, right. As Izuku taking a couple steps back, while he looking into Shigaraki as he said, alright, villain. What are you here for? As Shigaraki said, finally, you came? Why you were so late, after I bothered bringing so much friends here. Well, I guess that isn't a problem. After all, you're already here, so we can start playing. As immediately, Shigaraki proceeds saying, Nomu, kill him! As immediately, the Nomu attacks All Might, as All Might going straight to attack the Nomu back as their punches collide with each other, while Izuku yelling from the back saying, be careful, he has a shock absorption and regeneration. As All Might said, regeneration and shock absorption. That explains how he managed to handle my punch. As the All Might start throwing a couple of punches into the Nomu, before he grabs the Nomu from his waist and did a backflip on him, slamming his head into the floor, but a portal opened up under the Nomu head, teleporting his head under All Might's, back. I'll put a picture for you if I can find it, but you can see how All Might is being held by the Nomu now, thanks to the help of Karigiri. As Midoriya is seeing this, Shigaraki said, how do you like it, All Might? Simple of peace? This is the bioengineered Nomu. It's meant to destroy you. I hope you like it. As the Nomu start pressing on All Might's guts, and it's almost start, well, throwing blood out of his mouth as Izuku watching the sink. I need to help him, but who can I kill him? As Midoriya looking down, he was about to go help All Might, but suddenly All Might said, "No, stay back. You don't come any closer. I can handle this, young Midoriya." As Shigaraki said, "You can't handle anything. You're gonna die here and now. And I'll be here to witness it. Finally, you perish, you giant, insolent, significant." As Midoriya just looking into Shigaraki, he throws a punch into Shigaraki with his finger. Of course, he just flicks his finger, throwing an air-pressured bullet into him, but Kurogiri managed to teleport the air-pressured bullet away, while Shigaraki said, "Excuse me, aren't you supposed to just stay in the sidelines and watch? Fine, I guess I can deal with you. I still want to talk after all." As immediately Shigaraki dashes towards Midoriya, while Kurogiri is still holding All Might in his place. As Shigaraki goes to try touch Midoriya, which Izuku tried to slash Shigaraki. Shigaraki managed to dodge his slash, but immediately he goes to touch Midoriya's back. However, Midoriya flings his finger into the floor, causing an air pressure to push Shigaraki away. And Midoriya noticed his fingers are still fine. As Izuku said, "My fingers are actually fine. But how is my hard work is finally paying off?" As Shigaraki said, "You really are annoying, you know. But now answer my question already. I've been asking you like 3 times now. Why didn't you warn your school?" As immediately Izuku looking at him saying, "I have nothing to tell you, villain." As Shigaraki said, "Villain? Me? Well, yes, you're right, but you could have avoided all this massacre and all this damage if you only decided to, well, I don't know, maybe tell your school, but you decided not to. Were you too scared? Or there's something that I do not realize? There's something missing. I can feel it. You're not who you're acting to be, aren't you?" As Izuku gulping his throat, and Shigaraki said, Right, I can see. This is all just a game. You're acting as if you're on there. You're aside, but you're... Oh. As Izuku just being creeped out by Shigaraki's laughter, saying, "Damn it, did he figure me out?" As Shigaraki said, "What kind of game are you playing, kid? Because I like that game. We should play together sometimes. What do you say? What's your name?" As Izuku said, I don't have to tell you my name." As Shigaraki said, "Oh, come on, don't be like this. I want to know it. After all, we're partners in crime, right?" As Izuku said, "I'm no partner of you." Of course, this conversation is being held a bit far away from All Might's little problems on the sidelines, because the air-pressured bullet pushed Shigaraki and Midoriya away from that place. And also Shigaraki making sure not to talk loud, because this is a personal conversation between them. Private, if you would say. As Shigaraki keep talking, saying, "He didn't tell them because... well, I still don't know your reasons, but there must be something. Are you working for another villain group or something like that? Because believe me, I would like to hire you." As Izuku said, "I do not work for anyone, especially not you." As Izuku flinked his finger again, but when he was about to shoot the air bullet, suddenly his whole arm started hurting him. As Izuku starts holding his arm, screaming in pain and agony. As Shigaraki said, "What's wrong?" As your bones start breaking up. As Izuku feeling his arm, it's shaking violently. And Izuku saying in his mind, "What the hell is this pain? I thought that my arms were fine." As Izuku looking at his arms. His bones are still intact. It doesn't feel as if his bones are broken, but his muscle fibers are shattering. As Izuku said, my muscles. Damn it, I managed to. Finally, after I managed to. God damn it! He can't think in the pain that is shocking his brains, and his screams are just getting worse and worse. Even All Might start hearing them and being worried that Midoriya might be in a trouble. He can't see him because, well, you see, as All Might just keeps talking, saying in his mind, damn it, I need to finish this quickly. But this thing is pressing on my injury. As Kurogiri finally was about to chop All Might in half using a portal, however, suddenly, an explosion hits Kurogiri in the face with a scream, saying, die! As immediately Kurogiri being pushed into the ground, and the portal closed, chopping down the Nomo in half, freeing All Might too, as the Nomo was about to regenerate, but another attack happens, an ice attack from the hands of none other than the icy hot man himself, Todoroki, as he freezes half of the Nomu. And right now All Might being free, jumping back, as he said, thanks, Todoroki. As Todoroki said, no problems. As Baku just holding down the, well, Kurogiri, while Shigaraki noticing what happened, he immediately looking, seeing the Nomo half frozen and Kurogiri being held down. As when that happened, Midoriya taking his chance to shoot an air-pressured bullet with his other good arm into Shigaraki, which it landed, pushing him very far by the side of the Nomu. As All Might immediately checks on Midoriya, that's his first priority after that bloody scream that he heard. As he said, young Midoriya, are you fine? As Izuku said, it's okay, it's just my muscles. They are. As All Might said, don't worry. We'll get you to the hospital later. Just lay down. As Izuku said, saying in his mind, after what I'd done, after I thought that I finally got to handle this work. As All Might looking into Shigaraki and was about to attack him again, but the Nomu immediately breaks the ice and regenerates his missing parts and stand in front of All Might's punch, protecting Shigaraki. As Shigaraki said, who invited you? I was having so much fun before those two little brats come. As a third member finally show up, being Kirishima, saying, you guys really need to slow down a bit. As All Might said, alright, villain, give up. You're surrounded. There is no way for you to run. As Shigaraki looking around, and All Might is quite right. His only way out of here is Kurogiri, and it's right now being held down by Bakugo. As Bakugo said, don't worry about this misty head. I'm gonna hold him down. Oh, good, young Bakugo. As Shigaraki starts scratching his neck in a bit of anger as he said, I wanted to attack you, but I guess I'm gonna have to free my trump card out of here first. As he said, Nomo, kill him. As he pointed on, Bakugo. Immediately the Nomo dashes in a flash of an eye that Bakugo couldn't even process or see. All Might needed to jump in front of the Nomo, blocking the attack. But the pressure of the air alone caused Bakugo to fly out of there, sending him away. Kirishima managed to catch him, thankfully, but Kurogiri was freed. As then, All Might and the Nomo are still holding hands together, while trying to push each other back. As Izuku was about to say, we need to help, as All Might said, don't worry about me, I can handle this. You children stay back and watch the work of a true hero. As immediately All Might start throwing rapid punches on the Nomo, while Shigaraki also saying kill him as usual. The punches start going left and right, up and down, and the air pressure alone is stopping Midoriya and the rest of the students from interfering. The same thing for Kurogiri, that his mist cannot come any close thanks to the air pressure that is pushing all his mist away. And Midoriya is watching this. He's amazed by the power. Just absolutely amazed. This is All Might in his weak state. And all of a sudden, when All Might finally throw his final punch saying, "Detroit, smash!" the Nomu goes flying out of the USJ into the clouds, far, far away than the eye could see. As right now All Might holding his fist up to his chest saying, "That was a tough battle. Man, I'm really getting slow, aren't I? In my prime, I would have done what I've did today in 5 punches only other than 300. As Midoriya heard that, suddenly his world just shatters. 5 punches for that thing? He just clenches his fist so tightly, saying, he would have done that in his prime with only 5 punches, and I can't even throw one without breaking my arm. He is furious. Suddenly, all the results, all the hard work that Midoriya had done for all the last months seems to be just nothing compared to what All Might is. As usual, it just shows to him that he'll gonna need a long time before he could initiate his plan. Regardless, when Shigaraki finally sees this, he starts scratching so violently on his neck, saying, "Cheater, cheater, cheater, that isn't fair. You're supposed to be weak. Why aren't you weak?" As All Might start intimidating Shigaraki, saying, "What's wrong? Have any other tricks up your sleeve that you want to show me?" As he take a step forward. But Midoriya starts noticing that All Might starts smoking, as if it's his timer start running out. But when Midoriya saw this, he immediately realized it. All Might is about to go into his weak state, which sadly he cannot allow. Thus, he, using his good arm, fling his finger, 2 of his fingers together into Shigaraki, shooting an air pressure bullet, which forced Kirikiri to teleport Shigaraki out of there as quick as possible. As All Might looking back into Midoriya, saying in his mind, "Thanks, young Midoriya. I really needed this." As, after which, the rest of the heroes finally come. Cementos making a wall between All Might and Midoriya and the rest of the students to stop them from trying to see All Might in his weak state. Regardless of which, after everybody being escorted back into the hospital to have a check, Izuku right now is talking to Recovery Girl, which has good and bad news for him. The good news are that his bones are perfectly fine, as Izuku said, and the bad news? If my bones are fine, then what was that pain that I felt? I felt as if as the Recovery Girl said, your muscles were shattering? Yes, dearie, that is what was happening. As Izuku said, "What do you mean?" As she said, "I took a little x-ray of your body before before I healed you. I see that your bones are perfectly fine. They weren't damaged. But as if for your muscles that is, they were shattered. But don't worry. You do not need to worry about shattering our muscles that much. It may cause a very, strong shock of pain into your body, yes, but as long as you don't do it too much, it won't hurt you. I saw that your bones aren't 100% fine. They were a bit damaged. I managed to heal them. So you still have a long way to go. Your body is certainly start growing on your quirk, but try not to push yourself too hard. If you do, you might actually lose your muscles in your arm and will never be able to move it again." As Izuku looking down into his arm, as he said, "So, what is the limit? How much should I hold back?" As the Recovery Girl said, "I don't know. When did you start feeling pain?" As Izuku remember, he started feeling pain after the 3rd punch, a full-powered punch. As Izuku said, "I felt the pain after the 3rd punch with my arm. My fingers were fine though." As she said, "Well, that's it. Don't throw too much punches, and you'll be fine, okay? Please don't push yourself too hard, or you might actually never be able to use your arms again. As Izuku looking down, and he said, I understand. Thanks for that help. As she said, it's okay. Now take a rest. I gotta check on the rest of the students. As the recovery girl leave, with Midoriya looking into his arm, just looking at it, staring into it. As he clenches his fist in anger, and he just punches his bed sink. Damn it! I almost thought that I'm over with this. That I'm through! Of course he's saying all of this in his mind. He can't yell that out loud. But I guess this quirk is really just too much of trouble. Why, one for all, why don't you just work with me? But come on, Midoriya, stop acting like this. As you take a deep breath, saying, look at the bright side. At least your bones won't break anymore. Well, at least for a limited time. So that's my limit, huh? 3 full-powered punches, and after that, I'm gonna start feeling pain. That's a good start. I can work with this. Eventually, I'm sure I'll be able to make this quirk my own, and when that happens, I'll show All Might what is the real meaning of villainy is. But Midoriya remembers something. That Shigaraki guy, he knew. For some odd reason, that Shigaraki guy managed to see right through his lies. As Midoriya, well, he's thinking, saying, he seemed very happy when he realized that. Did he actually realize that I am, man, my head hurts. Maybe Recovery Girl is right. I just need a bit of rest. As Izuku just puts his head on his pillow and take a deep breath before going to sleep. And this is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what do you think about this part, and what do you think will happen in the next part. And remember, Severed is here.